and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Millie and I love any makeup, especially shiny, shifty, and sparkly eyeshadows. And today I'm going to be showing you some dupes for some of the shades in the new Huda Beauty Rose Quartz palette. I know this palette is pretty pricey. Now there are a couple of shades I did not find dupes for, which is Self Love, Quartz, and Empowered. I just don't really gravitate towards these kinds of shades. They're really just plain shimmers. They're kind of like a mixture. As you can see, they're marbled pans. And I think these could be very easily duped out. There's nothing too special about them. They're really nice and smooth. And then the other shade is Empowered. This is just a very interesting graphite satin. It doesn't have a lot of shine. It doesn't have a shifter or anything. I didn't include any swatch comparisons in my video I did with this palette. If you're interested in seeing some looks and my thoughts on this palette, I will link my video with 3 looks in the description box. So first I'm going to swatch Cosmic Love. I think this is one of the shades that everyone's interested in. And this shade is a blue-purple duochrome, and it has quite a bit of a brownish base to it. And it's very, very shiny, very smooth. So the first shade I pulled is Skyle from Davina Cosmetics. Davina's going to be having a huge Black Friday sale, so this is definitely the time to grab anything that you want. And while the shade is not exactly the same, it's got a little bit more of like a red base. It does have that blue in it. Next up is Abbrasion. I think this one will be probably the most similar. Also very sparkly, but very smooth. It is not the same tone of purple, but it is a blue that shifts to purple with a brown base. Next up is Joy, and this one was actually very hard to dupe for me. It's not really that much of a special shade. It's a really beautiful satin metallic pinky shade, and I know you might think this is similar to Red Giant from Terra, but it's really totally different tone. This is just a very soft pink, not as shiny. So I pulled the shade Andromeda from Terra. It's a bit of a cooler toned pink, and it's very, very shiny, so definitely not like completely the same, but it is a great alternative if you wanted actually something even better than the Joy shade. I also pulled a highlighter. This is Comet Catcher from Kaleidos, and while it is more sheer, it does have that pink tone to it, but not the same tone as Joy. Like I said, I just don't really have anything like that in my collection that is this exact pinky tone. I don't think I really look for buying specifically pink shades. Next up is a very beautiful smooth metallic, and this is Energized. As you can see, it's extremely reflective, swatches like a dream. And the shadow I pulled that's similar is Palladium from Terra. It is slightly darker, but look at that shine. It's so stunning. Next up we have Blissful. This is another brown base eyeshadow, and it is a blue duochrome. So I pulled Mystic Moonpie from Devinah Cosmetics. It's almost exact, except it's a bit less blue. It looks just a little bit more silvery than blue. And then Grisaille from Terra. This one is obviously a little bit darker, but very, very similar. The blue is more prominent now compared to Blissful. Next up is Abundance, which is a taupey satin shade. It's not exactly fully metallic. It's pretty shiny, but compared to some of these other shades, it's not like a true metallic. The shade I pulled is actually from Glam Shop. It is, I'm going to put it up on the screen, but it is Zimne Ognie. I think that means winter eyes. And this shade is lighter and much shinier. It doesn't feel as smooth, but still smooth enough, but I think this is pretty close, and if not, even better. And lastly, we have Moon Magic. This shade is so beautiful, very dimensional on the lid. It is pretty transparent, as you can see. If anything, it has like a, almost just, it does have some sort of a base. It's almost like a yellow base. Do you see when I go like this, you can kind of see what's behind that sparkle. And this is just a stunning blue-purple iridescent shade. And I pulled Marshmallow Pillows from Davina. This one was actually a bit harder to dupe as well. I'm pretty surprised. So it is not the same because it does not have that base, but I think otherwise it's pretty similar, and it is also not as shiny as Moon Magic. So there you have it. Those are the shades from my single eyeshadow collection that I pulled to try to dupe out some of these shimmers for you. I was pretty surprised how hard it was to dupe out some of these. I just figured with my duochrome, multi-chrome, shiny, shifty, super metallic single eyeshadow collection, I thought that this would be a breeze, but it's just a bit hard, especially even with the textures. Like some of these textures like Blissful and Cosmic Love as well as Moon Magic, they just have a very particular particular texture to them that I'm not quite sure if I have something like exactly like that. I think some of the glitter multi-chromes from Clionadh are the closest in texture out of all of these. So the point of this video is in case you already have some of these shades and you're not sure if you want to buy the palette, or if you just want like 1 or 2 shades out of this palette, maybe 3, maybe you think it's worth it to get a bunch of these. Pair your own mattes, or if you already have these mattes. So I hope this video was helpful, and if you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, I would love it if you subscribe. There's so much indie makeup content uploading on my channel and much more to come. You don't want to miss out. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.